SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
Thanks. I thought our guys played hard. Congratulated IU. There always seem to be games like this when we play IU that come down to the wire. Fortunately, we've been able to win a lot of these. So from an offensive perspective, I thought we went down the field the first series and got in position to kick a field goal. Obviously, we scored touchdowns and missed the field goal, but then beyond that, a couple touchdowns in the next couple series, 2 out of the next 3 series. Moved the ball very effectively. Again, I thought Lewerke played very, very well. No sacks, no turnovers. Anytime those things happen, you got a chance to be productive. I feel like we missed a couple of opportunities, but for the most part, played very well offensively. And usually when we score over 30 points, we've won football games over the course of time. From a defensive perspective, some missed tackles spread us out a little bit in terms of got us running the sideline to sideline, which we knew they would. Penix was very good, fire really, and threw the ball very effectively. And they threw the ball down the field for the first 3 quarters. Their average distance they threw the ball down the field was 4 yards. A lot of bubbles, a lot of jailbreak screens, a lot of tailback swings, a lot of sort of stop routes, and ways to spread you out, to execute. Get the 4 to 5 yards, 3-yard game becomes a 6-yard game or 7-yard game, and that's what we saw happen. And then they did a couple big plays. A 20, 25-yarder, things of that nature. But they only had, with all that production, they had 4 plays over, which we would call explosive plays, a run over 15 and a pass over 20. But they moved the football, and it became a little bit of a frenzy at the end of the game, I guess you'd say, for everybody involved. And so played for the field goal at the end, and were able to get it and get the win, and then they got the bonus touchdown on the last play of the game. But I think I'll just take questions. Probably the best way to do it.
With MLAD, you obviously lose a 3-year starter in Andrew from last year. Antoine had been pretty much tapped as his replacement since the offseason. What have you seen in him these first 5 starts? He seems like he's getting in the backfield a lot, 7.5 TFLs. Just in him becoming a first-year starter and being a guy you can rely on.
Yeah, Antoine Simmons played a lot last year. Probably about 30% of the time, and was very productive at that time. So he's got a good handle on things. I think he was at the point of attack a lot because he's our outside backer, our star linebacker, and he's lined up over the slot a lot. So he was pretty active yesterday, but he's got to leverage the ball a little bit better. But he had some big plays in the game as well, on a 4th down stop and things of that nature. So he's playing very well for us. He's a very positive player, and I'm excited about everything that he's been able to accomplish thus far. But he's got time left too. So I think because I believe he is playing well though. Played attack a lot yesterday, and then we got gas for a little bit, as they all did, or we all did. I was tired too.
Hey, Mark, Chris Solari. I kind of wanted to ask you if there was any update on Blake, but also kind of wanted to see the thought on playing J.D. Duplain early in that game and kind of where you're at right now with that rotation on the offensive line.
Yeah, there's no updates on Blake because we don't talk about those. He's not out or anything like that long term. But as far as JD, we went into the game saying that he needed to play some. He's been practicing well. also went into the game saying all three of them may play, but been very impressed with those guys, and they're going to have an opportunity to play. So I think the game experience does a lot of service in terms of getting them ready for game time, and I think they're productive players. So they're going to play. They're going to have their opportunities, and those are things we'll talk about this week. But I would expect for him to play against State, maybe the other two as well.
Before trying to figure out, are we going to play him 4 or are we going to play him longer and use the red shirt up?
It's a little bit of a juggling act, but they're all three of them are number 2 offensive linemen now, and I just think that relative to guys getting hurt or the possibility if a guy gets hurt, you want to have them up and ready to play, and they're prepared to play long term, I think, and then we'll try and shake it out from there. I think right now maybe all of them have played with maybe only one game. We're doing what we can do, but the bottom line at the end of the day is we need to win football games too.
Hey, Mark, Matt Charbonneau here. I know after 2 weeks ago, we talked a lot about consistency and seeing that offensive performance a couple weeks in a row. Now that you've kind of seen it, what's the key to kind of continuing that role and getting that sort of production now as the schedule gets tougher down the road here?
I think execution always is so key to it. They get a lot of different things coming at them in terms of different fronts and different pressures and blitzes, things of that nature. So, but if they can recognize what they're getting and then they can execute, play calling is a factor as well. But every play should work. But it's the execution of each play. It's the throw and the catch, and it's the block protection, and it's the run protection, and, the run blocking, things of that nature, it's angles. So I think, though, that what we needed offensively, we needed confidence. And what was being called in doing what we needed to do and the execution of it, I think we're getting that. I think right now we've got a quarterback that's extremely confident and wide receivers that are confident. We've got a running back that is run and has the ability to crease you and make a big play. We're trying to stay healthy on the offensive line. We've lost a couple guys, you know that. There's a couple guys that have not played, but we should be getting somebody back here soon. So we'll just keep working it. And like I said earlier, the young players, though, they're good players. They're getting progressively better every single week. They learn more because they have a big learning curve right now. They're able to take advantage of that.
Mark, Justin Cromer here with State News. Trent Gillison got his first career catch yesterday, and obviously with Dotson's injury last week, he's been more involved with the offense. Have you been seeing a lot more understanding of the offensive system from him these past couple of weeks?
Yeah, same thing there. You got a young guy who didn't play much last year, and he's a redshirt freshman now, and he's playing better. He's a fluid athlete, and the more he plays, the better he'll get, and the more natural he'll become about all the things he's doing. He'll just be in the offense more. And I think, again, I've said this many, many times, football is so much about repetition, about repeating what you're doing and playing with great technique and things of that nature, and winning your individual little competition or battle or whatever you want to call it with that person you've got to go against. Play in and play out, and they're different people all the time. So, but the more experience you get, especially on game day in a game day environment where there's chips on the table, the better you're going to be inevitably.
16 snaps. I may not have seen what went on there, but can you tell us whether that was a coach's decision or a health situation, or what can you tell us about that with Kalen German getting some extra time in there?
Well, I don't talk about injuries, so I guess it was a coach's decision.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, this is Stephen Brooks. Going back to the offensive line, I wanted to ask you about Tyler Higbee a little bit. Obviously, a guy that's played a lot and sort of been a utility guy for you and able to plug in a lot of different spots. It seems like when he shifted over to left tackle there, it seems like he's been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks. Just curious your evaluation on him and sort of, filling in that gap for you when you guys needed it.
Yeah, Tyler's played every position, I think, on the offensive line, really, over time here. And he's been playing for quite a while, so he's got a lot of experience. I think he is playing very well at left tackle. He knows what to do, and he's able to to use his athletic ability. It'll be a great challenge. It'll be a great challenge this week for him down in Columbus, but I think he's looking forward to that, and I'm very happy with what he's done.
Time for a couple more if you guys have.
Hey, Bart. The first touchdown, kind of uncommon to see a receiver running by himself there a little bit. It looked like the corner was playing the cloud coverage. They're expecting a safety over the top, but that safety might have had two verticals coming at it. I didn't get a real good look at it, but what can you tell us about the way that play broke down? It was uncommon for you guys to let someone run free like that.
I didn't hear the first part of it. What part of the game was that?
The first touchdown when the receiver got behind.
First touchdown against cover 2, and they ran a 7 route, a corner route up. So he came out on a 7 route, sort of ran behind the number 1 receiver, and ran to the corner, and then ran up on Josiah. So it was a little bit different. Both the corner and the safety got a little locked up on it, and something that we got to work on, and something they had not done, and it was well executed. I thought Penix threw a very catchable ball yesterday. Most of the balls were right on the money. Amazing that he had 20 straight completions on that out after the football game, but that's credit to what they did, and it's not many people have scored 31 points on us as of late.
Hey, Mark, I know you don't want to talk about injuries a lot, but do you have any timeline or idea about Shakur Brown? And what would he be in terms of helping you guys in the secondary right now?
Shakur's a good player. Shakur's a guy that I think would be playing in and out as a starter, sort of sharing some time, take a little bit of load off of the other guys, and he should be close. We're close. What happens?
Anything else? All right, guys.